Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the week of launch for at least the campaign for Modern Warfare 2. Multiplayer, Spec Ops, and Warzone will follow later, and today I've got two videos for you guys. This first video is going to go over everything new that we didn't know. So in other words, we're covering multiplayer, we are covering Spec Ops, we are covering raids, we are covering Warzone 2, and all of the information that Call of Duty put out in regards to that today. Later today, we are going to be covering the pre-order bonuses and everything like that because they gave us a little bit more information in regards to when all of that is actually going to be happening. So that is going to be the second video coming out later today. This first one is a big one. They give us information how Spec Ops is going to work, multiplayer details, and much, much more. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So I kind of struggled to figure out how I was going to go through all of this with you, but I figured the easiest way was to actually just go through the blog post and talk about what's in here. So the first thing we have at the very beginning is talking about pre-ordering the game, what's going on in the game, talking about things that they've already revealed, but then they get into when this actually comes out. So preloading for the campaign begins at 10 a.m. Pacific time on October 19th on all platforms. This is followed up by the launch on October 20th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, followed up by the preload for the full game, which on Xbox is October 19th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, on PlayStation on October 20th at 4 a.m. Pacific time, and then the 26th on PC. That is probably because there's going to be a lot of leaks for the game when it actually comes out, so stay tuned that day for this. Then it goes over all of the different information in regards to the preseason event going from October 28th to November 15th. Then we get into Warzone DMZ Battle Royale launching on November 16th with the beginning of Season 1. December 14th is when Season 1 Reloaded happens and raids are introduced. We're going to go over that more in this video. They then talk about the campaign and the various characters coming to the campaign. We've talked about that ad nauseum on this channel, so no reason going over more. They then go over the campaign rewards, which we're going to talk about later today. Then we get into the good stuff. This is the stuff that we didn't know yet. So multiplayer, innovative, immersive, world-class, more intel before release. So they don't go into everything here, but they say on day one, there's going to be 12 unique modes and 10 traditional modes, and then 2 new modes, as well as 2 different ground war modes as well. It doesn't go in depth telling us how many maps there are going to be, but it does say these maps are grounded on one of 3 regional categories. The first of which is Al Mazrah. We saw this within the beta. They say it's on the outskirts within the Republic of the Adal, and it serves as the main region for Call of Duty Warzone 2. So the map that we saw within Warzone 2, that is what we are looking at, and we know that. The second area is Las Almas. It's a major place of interest within the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. Las Almas is Central American region with a similar footprint to Al Mazrah. I don't know if they're like hinting us getting a Warzone map for this area too, just with the footprint of it, but we've seen some of those maps in the campaign and various different multiplayer maps in the beta as well. And then the rest of it is just the rest of the world. I don't know how they can say it's based off of 3 regions when one of the regions is the entire world, but that's what they say. The next thing that we have is Spec Ops, and on top of that, raids, which are coming in Season 1 at the mid-season update. So it says, an evolution of the Spec Ops mode from Modern Warfare 2019, this co-op experience will initially feature 3 missions at launch, all taking place in Al Mazrah. It then goes on to explain the missions, the first of which is called Bad Situation. It says, infiltrate a town in the dead of night to uncover intel and evidence left behind by Al-Qatala before exfiltrating. Stealth is key to your survival. The second one is called Vehicle Escape. It says, multiple SAM turrets are preventing reinforcements from entering Al Mazrah. With the help of a vehicle, navigate through winding streets of a suburb to destroy them. Then speed over to the exfil plane to escape. And then finally, we have Observatory Defense. It says, a love letter to fans of survival mode. Defend the observatory from increasingly difficult waves of enemies, attempting to detonate bombs between each wave. Operators can spend cash to get items such as kill streaks, self-revive kits, and armor plates. So that's essentially what we have from the survival modes in previous Modern Warfare games, but now they have made it a mission. You'll notice that all of these missions are very different and will all play into the Spec Ops mode. So they're not missions from single player, they are missions from Spec Ops, but they will probably continue the story from single player like we saw in Modern Warfare 2019. And keep in mind, in Modern Warfare 2019, these were pretty hard. It also goes on to explain, in Spec Ops, operators will have access to a backpack to store equipment and one of 3 kits that are similar to a set of perks, field upgrades, kill streaks, and multiplayer. So just like your loadout in multiplayer, you'll have that in Spec Ops as well. It also says backpack, which will kind of, I think, show us what the backpack will look like in DMZ as well. It then goes on to explain the 3 different types of kits: assault, medic, and engineer. That is pretty straightforward. Then it says kits are leveled up by earning stars through missions and missions related challenges, which gives you all 3 of these launch missions with plenty of replayability. So as you complete these missions and get stars in them, like we saw in previous Spec Ops, you can have better and better kits, and these will get easier and easier for you. This then goes on to explain that raids are then coming at Season 1 Reloaded of Modern Warfare 2. When Season 1 Reloaded comes out, we get raids. We don't know what they're going to look like. They'll probably be like extended Spec Op missions. They said that they're hours long with lots of replayability. I'm assuming you get things for completing them. And then this will probably play into our kits and our backpacks, and it appears as though they are not a part of Warzone, but rather a part of Modern Warfare 2. So keep that in mind. Next one here is a big one, progression. So it doesn't go in depth on exactly how the progression is going to work, but it says this. We have military ranks. From level 1 to 55, unlock all weapon platforms, multiplayer loadout items, and Spec Ops kits. So that is your level 1 to 55. You level up, you unlock everything. This also includes weapon platforms, which we've already talked about on the channel. You will unlock these, and then you can level up your weapons. That'll level up your weapon platforms. That'll unlock more weapons, so on and so forth. Also, through leveling up your character, you're going to get Spec Ops kit. It says each Spec Ops kit can be leveled up to a maximum rank of 10 by replaying missions or completing challenges to earn stars, just like we just talked about. Then we have our base operator unlock challenges. So at launch, we have 18 different operators, and you can unlock these through challenges in campaign, multiplayer, and Spec Ops. Some of these challenges are just by completing the campaign. Other of them are going to be in multiplayer. We've seen this before. It doesn't say anything about operator levels like we had in Vanguard. Keep that in mind. We also have daily challenges and additional challenges. This is nothing new whatsoever to Call of Duty. The next thing is really cool because they talk about Warzone here, and they actually give us a lot of information about multiplayer as well. So first of all, they said that there's going to be 25 operators available at launch, 18 of which can be unlocked in Modern Warfare 2. The rest will probably be unlocked right away. Keep in mind that this isn't coming out until November 16th. Weapons, there are over 30 weapon platforms at launch and over 50 unique weapons. That means all of those weapons will probably be available in Modern Warfare 2 as well. That is a lot of weapons at launch. Also, gameplay mechanics, ricochet, everything like that. Nothing too special there. That's basically everything that we know already. They then go in depth with all of our operators here. I'm probably going to have a separate video on this because we have a backstory for every single operator. So we'll kind of dive into that maybe tomorrow, going over all of our operators' backstories and everything we know about that as of right now. It then goes on to talk about weapons here. It says that there are 33 unique weapon platforms. That is insane. And you have 51 primary and secondary weapons. And these include 10 assault rifles, 4 battle rifles, 7 SMGs, 6 light machine guns, 4 shotguns, 6 marksman rifles, 3 sniper rifles, 1 riot shield, 5 sidearms, 4 launchers, and 1 melee secondary weapon. So a ton of weapons at launch. Love to see it. That is a big, big thumbs up in my books. Then goes on to talk about 1 shared engine, ricochet anti-cheat, and then additional intel coming. So we're going to get more information on the progression system in the coming days, so stay tuned for that. But essentially, this is all of the information that was revealed today. It is a ton. There's a ton to look at there. I tried to break it down as quickly as possible. I'm going to have a separate video later today going over pre-orders and everything like that. This video is essentially everything that we are getting at launch. So I hope you enjoyed. A lot of information to take in. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to stay up to date on everything Modern Warfare 2. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're